Hi, my name is Dakota Tallman, and welcome to my quick summary of the Christian apologetics of the cosmological argument. For those of you who have stumbled upon this video and don't know what the cosmological argument is, basically it is the first argument of Christian apologetics. Now, if you don't know what apologetics are, the Christian apologetics is basically the defense for the Christian faith. The argument goes as such. Whatever begins to exist has a cause. The universe began to exist, therefore the universe has a cause. Now we're going to go over these premises one step at a time. So the first premise, which is whatever begins to exist has a cause. We can pretty logically know this and understand this. We know logically that something cannot come from nothing. We see this every day in our lives because we don't see horses or money or Lamborghinis just spawning randomly in the world. Every piece of technology, food, whatever invention you want to talk about, it has a cause and it has a beginning. Now, I know one common objection that people tend to talk about, or that I've heard at least, is the quantum vacuum definition of nothing. And the quantum vacuum can technically be considered nothing because there are these subatomic particles which aren't considered something, but they are still something in the terms of the beginning of the universe. The nothing that was before the Big Bang was an actual true nothing. There was no matter, there was no life, there was no nothing. There was nothing observable, unseen, or unseeable by the naked eye. Now, with the second premise, the universe began to exist. Most people typically believe that the Big Bang was the start of the universe, including the start of all matter, space, time, etc. We know this based off of Einstein's theory of relativity and it becoming solved. After it was solved, Hubble began to observe what was called redshift in stars, which is basically how we're able to track a star's movement because of the constant acceleration of the universe. And due to that, we could extrapolate backwards to figure out how old the universe was. And knowing how old the universe was, it shows us that there was definitely a beginning to the universe. Another theorem that people typically talk about when talking about the beginning of the universe is what's called the BGV theorem, which is basically what people talked about. These three guys came together and through a proof showed that any universe that is expanding at a constant rate must come from some central point unless it is possible for all of matter to travel at light speed, which is not. So, now that we've talked about those two premises, we can come to the conclusion of this argument, which is therefore the universe has a cause. From this, we can logically conclude that it has a cause, and we can also logically conclude certain attributes about this cause. Since there was no matter before the universe was created, the cause has to be immaterial. Since there was no space before the universe was created, it must be spaceless as well. Since there was no time before the universe, it has to be timeless. And because it had to create space, time, and matter from nothing, it has to be powerful in order to do that. Finally, it must have a desire to create the universe. If I'm holding my phone won't call someone by itself. I need to either tell it what to do with voice activation or do it manually myself. And I would like to be clear with this. I am not saying that this argument leads to any specific kind of God, whether it be the Christian God, the God that you believe in, whatever. What I am saying is that there is a creator who has these 5 attributes, which is immaterial, spaceless, timeless, powerful, and has intention. So, please comment down below any objections that you have with this argument. I'll try to answer them. I would like to have a discussion about this. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.